Okay, hi there. This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. The Danger Entertainment.net. That's a dot, not the word dot. Okay, .net. Danger Entertainment Network podcast. Oh, this is very exciting.
Okay, 2, 3, and...
Sorry, Johnson, we didn't kill Creel. Never meant to make him Aga cry. Good a tiefling major, not a guy. Sorry, Johnson, we should have killed Creel. We chopped off Gooden's head and then he died.
No, it was me. I did it. I cut his head off. I did it. I said I really called late as well. I said I should have aimed for the head and then I cut his head off.
All right, I get it.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
Danger Club, it's been a pleasure. Good and Avengers!
Good Avengers!
I'm sure we could probably purchase passage on one of these merchant ships.
What's your name?
Captain Gumbo of the Rusty Bottom.
But I tell you what, we'll guard your boat on the way.
The guard group is 5. You're only 4.
Oh, hello, mate. I'm just looking for like a little passage away from like this town.
What's your name?
Bubba!
Everyone, get up. There's something coming for us. It looks like some kind of dragon. Quickly, get up, get up, get up.
The adventure continues now.
And we are rolling.
I think this is probably the most collectively tired all of us have been for a recording in terms of how busy we've all been work-wise. It's been a busy start to the day. A lot of us have got up early. Drum has got a young child. Colin and Scott have come from a long way away. Usually Ross has been up early getting his Hello Fresh box.
Yeah.
James has to get up when one of us arrives at the studio because it's his house. And I just like fucking with James, so I got here at the crack of dawn this morning.
It's all good. It's all good. You helped immensely.
I think with the amount of brain capacity we're spending on other stuff and how tired we are, I think what we should do today is play a completely new system that none of us have played properly before.
Oh, shit.
Hello everyone and welcome to the very first second edition version of the Danger Club podcast.
Wowza.
Oh, this is exciting.
Not
Exclusive.
including all of the specials that we've done playing specials.
Yeah, right. We'll ignore those.
We've done quite a few, haven't we?
That was the Stranger Club.
That was a totally different group. Yeah, a lot has happened. Like we front loaded a load of records a little while ago to get to where we are now because we thought we wouldn't have time to put a recording in. So a lot has happened since then. We played The Fall of Plaguestone. Scott and Ross and I have been to PaizoCon UK over in Birmingham. We played a lot of Pathfinder Society and Starfinder Society. Ross won an incredibly valuable Starfinder spaceship in the raffle. How did that go, Ross?
Yeah, I'm going to currently sell it on eBay for ridiculous amounts of money. I'm not really. I'm going to use it maybe if I go back. So, you know.
Would someone buy it? Like, how much do you think you could get for that, man?
I mean, everyone was talking about it when we were playing the Starfinder game. So they were saying, "Oh, have you seen this spaceship that's in the raffle for the boon? Oh, yeah, it's really, I can't wait to win that. Yeah, that'd be really cool." And then here I come, first time there. One ticket I bought for that raffle. People were buying like 500 tickets. I bought one and I won.
They did get their revenge though, didn't you? Because you were like, "Can I use this ship?" And they were like, "No, your level's not high enough."
Couldn't use it.
No way.
It is literally useless.
It was the moment that you came back having won with your single raffle ticket because it's important with sick children not to donate too much money towards them because they need to learn to look after themselves.
Why did you turn into that?
Straight there. Because I didn't win. Because I won some book art that I'm not going to use.
Now I wish I bought that deluxe edition of the Pathfinder.
We'll get
before
to that.
you.
We'll get to that.
No, my favourite bit was when you really happily came back with the spaceship, came back to the table and were like, "Hey guys, I won the bullet spaceship," and some veteran game was like, "It's pronounced bullet spaceship."
Yeah.
Oh. So
Big up to everyone at PaizoCon. Thanks for helping us newbies.
Big up.
Explaining all the rules and everything in the society play. It was really a welcoming environment.
That was cool, actually. The DM for the game that I played with you guys for that Starfinder game was so enthusiastic and so cool, and was good at the voices as well. That was a nice little sit-down table game. You're very welcoming to us.
really, Starfinder Society were great. We played Ross and I played the sequel to that game that we played with you, Scott, the next day, which is like the finale of the first series of Starfinder, and our section ended with us on a phone to God, basically, and we had to tell it things to try and do it. And Ross ended up on the phone to God, and he basically had to answer questions about the adventure so far, which neither of us had played.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
It was, everyone was like, "Come on, just do that," and I was like, "I don't know what's going on."
Anyone want a bullet?
You just had the most awkward weekend where you just waltzed in and then just did all the things that they wanted to do, but they had to hand it over to the newbie.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, we had a great. Sorry, yes.
So you're whispering things to God?
Yeah.
That sounds exactly like. Does anybody remember an animated TV show called Captain Simeon and the Space Monkeys? It was amazing. It was so good. It was this cool quipping sort of chimp guy, and he had a load of like monkey pals, and they went around space, a bit like Captain Bucky O'Hare, but with monkeys. It's quite funny. But they got into scrapes with, I don't know, I think they were fighting lizard people, and there was one bit where the lizard people were trying to awaken a sleeping god, and the Captain Simeon realized that he and his team, if they whispered things in the sleeping god's ear, they became reality. So then the battle became about who could whisper the most ridiculous things into the sleeping god's ear before it woke up and destroyed reality. It sounds a little bit like that.
Knowing Starfinder, I wouldn't be surprised if the design choices were based on Captain Simeon and the Space Monkeys.
To be honest, that sounds a bit like Philippe's backstory. Before we met Shania, he was Captain Simeon in a different dimension.
Oh my god, what a plot twist. If
That was so good.
everything that Shania does has just been whispered to Philippe beforehand in her sleep.
Oh my god, maybe we are all just whispers of Philippe when he was whispering into a lizard god's ear. It's been, and then
Campaign boss.
Everything's in Philippe's mind.
we are basically, that's the season 8 twist.
What if God was one of us?
Or was a monkey.
What if God was one of us?
I thought we'd avoid the song.
Fell asleep on one of us.
Just a stranger.
I won't dwell on this bit because it's not super podcast related, but we invaded Boomtown Festival the other week as well.
Boomtown.
Basically,
Boomtown.
we worked out over 60% of the people who'd appeared on the Danger Club podcast turned up at were performing at Boomtown. We had Rachel with us as well, Celle de Bois, having a bit of an act. I have to say, Colin, it turns out, is ferocious when Rage Against the Machine comes on. Our mild-mannered, calm Colin, that goes out the window as soon as a bit of rage comes. We saw the Prophets of Rage, and I took a few Colin elbows during jumping around in there. we were on the fringes of the mosh pit, but you have a wild side.
Right, yeah, okay.
I never...
He says calmly and placidly.
I know it's painful, but I mean, you've never been more MZ than right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I raged once. Yeah.
You want to see a controlled blood rage.
Yeah, that was a controlled rage. Yeah, controlled Rage Against the Machine rage.
Yeah. When you see Be Real from Cypress Hill singing, How I Could Just Kill a Man, with Tom Morello playing that on the guitar.
They were epic.
In a Rage Against the Machine.
I didn't realise
it's
what
pretty
a
insane.
supergroup they were.
And then Chuck D's being Be Real's hype man at the time. It's kind of
Amazing.
Amazing times. And now we're back, and we're going to play Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Yeah.
We have spent most of the last week and this morning converting over all of the characters from the Danger Club podcast.
Yep.
I haven't done Travis yet, so please don't go back to the carnival today. But and we are ready to go with them. We're not going to go through them in massive detail because we want to get back into the story. We're not going to get hung up on the rules too much. But let's go around quickly. Let's find out what the big changes are. Scott, let's start with you. What are the massive changes with Karagor? Anything big?
Don't have any Slayer talents, got a load of different range of things.
Okay, so because you're not a Slayer anymore, are you? Slayer doesn't exist.
Slayer was a hybrid class of Ranger and Rogue. There is no Slayer as of yet in 2nd edition, so what I've got is a Ranger with a few dips into Rogue. Someone asked that today on the Facebook live feed that we did technically now a couple of weeks ago, so that's your answer. Wow, I've answered that in the same hour for me. It's been the same hour for me, but for you, whole different amount of time. Wow.
Quite
Wow.
like Interstellar. James, how's Velda changed?
She's great.
So Velda has got quite a bit better. He's got a bit more buff because in Pathfinder 2 there's no dump stats, so the stuff I dumped before has actually got a bit better. More hit points and spells, motherfunker.
Lots
I got
of
some
spells.
So many more spells. So
Are we going to see a bit more Jin now, do you reckon?
yeah, I basically turned Jin into Pikachu. So here we go.
Oh, that's
Look forward to
gonna be
that.
fun.
Yeah, but genuinely, I'm really glad that he can play more of a part in it because it's not that I just don't want to reference him. They just didn't do anything in Pathfinder 1. It was literally like, it was like, can I do this with him? No, that's level 5. I'm like,
Pretty good.
now
Drummond,
he's cool.
any big changes for Shania?
Yeah, well, do you remember the early episodes?
I do.
Yeah, when everyone was saying, Drow, just broken stats. Yeah, so Shania is actually a shade weaker, you might say, but possibly a lot more interesting or fun to listen to. So a lot of the sort of resistances and immunities and things that I had, which made it really hard for you to kill her, they're gone. Dan smiles as he realizes it's going to become a lot easier to kill Shania. But what has happened is because I took the skin shaper thing originally, which I can still sort of get into via the 1,000 Faces. But what it meant is that I wasn't really doing an awful lot of changing, like shape changing. But now they're going to be some shape changing.
Ooh, yeah. Change is going
Which
to
should
come.
be fun, yeah. Philippe's.
Philippe.
Much of a muchness. I mean, he's kind of like a bear.
We had to homebrew Philippe a little bit
Yeah.
because there's no devil monkeys in second edition just yet. So we put him together, and we've done the same a little bit with Sylph. We've converted the Sylph over. Drow is already in there. Fulton, any big changes? Ross, any big changes for Fulton?
Not really. He's a bit stronger in terms of his ability scores, and his hit points are up a bit. The only thing that is different is, unfortunately, there is no pocket meat or shoe cheese in the actual core rulebook.
Oh.
So I've had to homebrew that and, just put that in my consumables.
Nice. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you'll be pleased to hear, listeners, that a 1 is still a fail, regardless of how good your stats are.
Exactly,
So that'll all still be the same. Colin, any big changes for you character-wise?
Go on. Just get it out of your system now, Dan.
It's just because MZ died, didn't he?
That's right.
He
Yeah,
died.
he did. Yeah.
Did he?
I'll tell you what, 4 days at Boomtown. I was at Booms. Actually, little story. I went to bed, I don't know, about 4 in the morning, something like that. I woke up to the sound of James going, Dan, you killed MZ. You did it. It was you. and then
these accusations had to happen, It's
the next time I saw James, he was his feet were out of his tent, and it just kind of just fallen to I like it though. It was nice. I woke up to you defending MC. It was really nice. So for those of you that don't know, I was playing Bubba for one episode. So and you have met him before, so in the Plaguestone episode. So this is all a bit weird because the way that we recorded one episode of Bubba and then we went back and we did Plaguestone and now we're coming back to Bubba. So I've had about 6 different character sheets for Bubba Von Hoops already. So to be honest, I don't know what's changed. You don't know him anyway, listeners. So you've only just met him for one episode. So it'll be a nice surprise for everyone, won't it?
We're
and you never know. We might hear from M again.
You never know. We're going to get to know Bubba very well, I think. And we're all going to get to know this game as we play it. We're going to try to give you a bit of an outline of how the rules work on this game, like we do with the other one. Not as a tutorial, but just so that you can understand what's going on. But we're going to be learning as well. And all of you probably know the rules by now as well. We did all this lovely Plaguestone stuff, all this preview work for second edition because Paizo were very kind and sent copies of the books to us so that we could prep loads of stuff. And then on the first day of PaizoCon, the rulebook came out, the core book rules, and I've never ever felt my comparative level of knowledge about something dip faster than that. Literally, in the tick of a clock, I went from one of the more knowledgeable people in the world on this game to knowing nothing whatsoever compared to everyone. Like, within someone just flicking through it would have been like, well, I'm now better at this game than the Danger Club are. But we're going to work it out. We're going to try and get through it. And I have my new combat pad, so we're going to be able to track initiative and stuff. It's exciting. It's a whole new world, guys. Let's start by fighting a dragon.
Man, I can't go on about that.
Yay.
I'm still holding out. All week I've been like, nah, it's the dragon. Dragon's like a messenger from FedEx or something. It's dropping off a parcel. Dragons come to notify us or something. Dragons come to take us away. But now I can see the combat pad and I can actually see the dragon is on the initiative tracker. I'm still like, nah, he's gonna have to roll initiative to try and tell us, a coded message. That's all it is.
Oh, imagine if you go before the dragon and you've got to decide whether to fire the first shot or not. Is this a friendly encounter? Has he got a banner fluttering behind him for Dark Michaels? He's just here to go, hey guys.
Who's on watch at the moment? Or
Jason Bulmann's riding him.
Jason Bulmahn?
Jason Bulmann's on watch.
So it was Shania that
MZ can get his revenge somehow.
So I'm gonna set the scene. It has been a tough week or so for the Danger Club. I think it's fair to say the Danger Club have been on the ropes since losing MZ a little while ago. You were
what happened?
MZ, he died. It was brutal. Like, not a chance. Just annihilated. Glorious. So, back in Kaer Marga, you managed to unseat Uncle Gooden. In fact, part him from his head. You managed to help Mikey, Big Mike. You've succeeded in most of your goals in Kaer Marga, and then out of nowhere, M is suddenly dead, and you're down to 4. You're out in the rain, slightly directionless, I think, wandering, trying to work out what to do. Since then, we've had cracks appearing in the club, members of the club fighting with each other. You've been betrayed by Freya, trying to track her down, and now suddenly you've got this new friend in Bubba. You've got this other new friend in Captain Gumbo. Don't worry, we haven't forgotten about Captain Gumbo. And you're making your way through the Bloodsworn Vale. And what happens this morning, Shania Rain starts calling out her warnings across the campsite as this large, red, winged lizard has come driving down the river towards you, beating its wings ferociously, looking for an easy meal. But what has happened as it arrives, it is decided to pick on the Danger Club. It has decided to pick on a group of heroes who have, I think, taken as many knocks as they are willing to take lately. And as it arises, 5 figures stand up from their beds, picking up their weapons, ready to fight, as the level 4 Danger Club, that's right, face down this creature. It is 2nd edition rules, so we're using perception in place of initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, roll for initiative.
Here we go.
Dun, 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 dun.
So in 2nd edition, you use your skills to roll. You generally always use perception. You can use a different skill if you can come up with a reason why it is. In this case, it's just who's seen the dragon first. So we're all rolling perception. You've all been resting, so you have your armor and equipment with you. That's fine. So let's start. Caragor Onefang, what you got?
26.
A 26. Very, very good. Velda Camblight.
22.
A 22. Velda goes in there. I'm already dropping things everywhere. Bubba.
19.
A 19 for Bubba. Fulton.
18 for
18 for Fulton. And Shania.
25.
A 20.
Rolls.
5. Strong rolls.
strong roll.
You're a strong roll.
Sarong roll. Sarenre.
Sausage roll. That was a nice progression there.
That's
I
good.
liked that. That was beautiful.
Try and do it with every word.
So the first person to act
Potassium.
in this 2nd edition world, as we pretend I didn't just put everything upside down on my sheet. I'm with it. It's Caragor One Fang. Right, now, it's his second edition. You probably, if you haven't listened to our specials, the action economy in second edition, you get 3 actions. None of this move action, standard action, swift action, and things. You get 3 things that you can do. Those are all count as actions. So, Caragor, you have 3 actions. What would you like to do?
How far away is the dragon?
So, the dragon is currently 60 feet from your position.
Cool, that is in range of my longbow. What I would like to do is hunt prey on the dragon.
Okay, the dragon is your prey. This is in place of study target. This is what you're going to be hearing from now on.
Yes, but I still say I see you, don't worry. And so I'll see you. Now I've got a thing called Monster Hunter.
Okay.
I would like to use it, I think, to roll some kind of check and tell my allies all about the weaknesses of this monster.
You want to know about... Okay, so you're going to make a knowledge check. It'll be a knowledge nature check to know about this creature.
19.
A 19. I can tell you, or a 19, that you are dealing with a river drake. So it is not a full... it is not a full dragon. Drakes are... slightly weaker offshoots of dragons, and as it gets closer, you can see it doesn't have. It only has back legs. It doesn't have any forelimbs. So it's the same family as a wyvern or a wyvern. I can tell you that it is resistant to paralysis and to acid, and it is capable of spitting a ball of acid, and it is also capable of going to a frenzy and attacking quickly.
I relay this. I go, take cover. It's going to spit acid at some point.
Okay.
And that's 2 actions, I believe.
So it's 1 action to hunt prey. And for that you get the free, as Monster Hunter, it's a free action to go to...
Excellent.
So you still have 2 actions.
Oh, good. You know what? I was really worried about taking that feat because I thought it was a useless feat. But actually, it's a free action on the back of Hunt Prey, then it makes it a bit more worthwhile. Great. Okay, cool. So I've still got 2 actions, in which case I would like to shoot Drake.
Ooh.
Not Drake.
I'm going to call him on my short bow.
Go ahead and take a shot at that Drake.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
26.
A 26. It's a hit. It's not a critical hit.
It is not a critical hit. However, I have Hunter's Edge Precision, which allows me an extra D8 on this 1 attack.
Cool. Yeah,
D8
you
damage.
do. It's your first attack, so you get an extra D8 points of damage.
Cool. Twang.
Boom.
13 points of damage.
13 points of damage
Piercing.
on the Drake. Piercing damage. You fire an arrow, it hits the Drake. The Drake sort of skews sideways but keeps coming at you. Definitely got its attention. You got 1 more go.
I would like to die for cover, please.
All right, you get clear of everyone. You want to jump, you want to drop prone, or you want to just move away from everybody? You can take cover behind the a bit of the, because you're on the boat, aren't you? You're on.
I was wondering if there's like stuff around I can just duck
behind the mast and crouch down. So you have cover against it, which means you have a +2 to your AC against any attacks it uses against you, and I think you have a +3 to your reflex, I believe, off the top of my head.
Great, that sounds like a good round, doesn't it?
That sounds like a very good thing to have right now.
Yeah, watch out for his acid, and it'll go into a frenzy if you poke it hard enough, which I thoroughly recommend.
Shania Rain.
Well, this is great knowledge, so thank you so much for sharing. Shania is going to immediately cast Guidance on Fulton, so that he gets a +1 to rolls, make it more effective, and then try and cast Fear on Drake.
Ooh, very nice.
2 things happen there that I'd like to talk about. First off, Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Fulton is now Fulton. We've all changed it. But Drum isn't the first one to do this. The Dangerlings have been calling Fulton for a long time. Right? And the second thing is
Battlebone.
The second thing is Ross smiled at me and then realised he was only smiling at me and not the listeners, so then he smiled into his microphone. just so you could hear him smiling.
The Fulton effect.
Nice.
So
Listen to my smile.
So another thing happened as well.
Dan got the book out.
Dan got the book out. This is going to happen a little bit. I have a lovely special edition, leather-bound.
Show it to the
copy of
listeners.
book. Here you go. I'll get some microphone now.
Can you hear that leather?
Ross is smiling again.
Which Ross is smiling about because I ordered it far too late and it arrived like 2 weeks after Pathfinder had come out, and everyone else had the book before me. Despite me being smug about having pre-ordered it.
It is like a wizard's book, like the sort of thing that you draw off the shelf at the beginning of an 80s sort of storytelling program, you know.
Here's fear. Right, so spell casting is usually 2 actions. So you've got these 3 actions. Cast a spell is usually 2 of them. Guidance, however, is a 1-action spell. It's a cantrip. So Shania can throw that out there, and then she can use her other 2 actions to cast fear. So she goes ahead and casts fear on the Drake. However, fear has a range of 30 feet, so you will not be able to cast it this round. So you're going to have to hold off on doing that. I'm afraid you're going to have to let him get a little closer before you can throw that in there.
Okay, right, all right. So in that case, I guess rather than using fear, because obviously. Because it's my spell, I would know that it only has a 30 feet.
We're not going to cancel that. Yep.
We're all learning. Just cast it anyway. Just fuck it.
So instead, get out my crossbow, load it, and fire it.
Okay. So you draw the crossbow. You can draw the crossbow. It's a heavy crossbow, isn't it?
It is a heavy crossbow.
It takes two actions to load the heavy crossbow.
Ooh.
So you will not be able to load it.
Okay, all right.
So you draw your heavy crossbow and you are ready. You cannot fire it. It's not loaded. I'm enforcing this. We don't just sleep with our crossbows loaded rule, which I think is fair on this.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Okay, so you
just getting into it. Just getting into the rules.
Ready.
Yeah, getting into it.
All right. That means it is now Velda's go. Velda, just going to use some Ray of Frost or something like that?
No, just a little pew, pew, pew. No, I'm going to do something else. I am also going to, at Caragor's prompting, Velda's going to run into cover.
Okay.
Similar sort of behind a bulwark or
Yep.
something like that. And then he's going to cast Gust of Wind.
Gust of Wind.
Yeah, so violent wind issues forth from your palm, blowing from the point where you are to recast a spell. It's a range of 60 feet, so
that gets him.
It is in range. And now, what do? I roll the... Because it's all changed, these spells now.
It has.
I have a spell attack roll.
Okay, so if you're trying to hit him, you would make a spell attack. Gust of wind. A violent wind issues forth from your palm, blowing from the point where you are when you cast the spell to the line's opposite end. 60-foot line.
Yeah.
That's a long line of things. So it extinguishes non-magical fires.
So you've got to attempt a fortitude save.
All right then, large or smaller. It is a large creature, so that will affect it, and it makes a fortitude save. What is the DC on the fortitude save? So it's your spell DC.
My spell DC is 20.
A 20. Not sure about this. He hasn't got amazing saves. 19 on the die. Crushes it. He gets a... loads.
Fuck.
He beats that.
God damn
so that is was it a DC 20? That is so he gets over 10 over that, so it's a critical success. He is unaffected.
Completely unaffected. There we go.
Completely unaffected. He pushes through your gust of wind.
Sorry guys, that would have been really useful. But Dan just is continuing his tradition of rolling.
Oh my god, if he'd failed that, he'd have fallen out of the sky.
Yes. And a failure, not just a critical failure, a failure on flying things, they fall out of the sky.
You would have just dropped it.
Yes.
First round.
At the very least, I hope to stop it moving any closer to us, but no, apparently.
No, he's fine. He keeps beating damn wings.
Cool, roaring success.
Yeah.
Yay, Pathfinder 2.
Pathfinder 2. All right. The Drake uses one action to fly 50 feet. So he's flying right up to the boat. He's nearly on top of you now. And he's going to use his other 2 actions to, as Caragor warned, unleash caustic mucus.
Uh-oh.
So its mouth opens and there's a hissing from around it. And it breathes out and spits a glob of just hissing, steaming mess, which flies straight towards the people who have not moved away yet, which is Shania, Fulton, and Bubba, who are all stood together. So I am going to need reflex saves from the three of you. Karagor and Velda, you're all right. You've moved away from the group.
Scott and James, that was the sound of Scott and James being pretty smug that we're all high on initiative there. Pretty smug.
Pretty smart. Oh, Jesus.
So how many character sheets are you going to have for Bubba?
I mean, Colin's
Quite a
literally
few.
setting light to the character sheet as we speak.
Okay.
Forget this character, yeah. Ed Johnson's coming back. That might happen, you know.
All right. What do we got, Bubba?
14.
A 14. It's a fail, not a critical fail.
22 for Fulton.
22. That is a success. So you'll be getting half damage.
Yeah.
And Shania,
16.
a 16, a fail, but not a critical fail. So,
Okay,
uh,
here we go.
Had the chance to move away, didn't I? Didn't take it.
yeah. So that is going to be for Shania and Bubba. That is 15 points of damage.
Okay.
For Fulton, it is 7 points of damage. You also. So you're also now all going to be taking persistent damage.
Oh, great.
Except for Fulton, you don't get that.
Yay!
So Shania. Yes, Danger Club Cockerel.
No, it's all right. It's fine. It's gone now. I just forgot to add my surprise attack damage for acting before the dragon did.
Oh. Next time.
Next time.
We're all learning. So you've Shania and Bubba, you've got acid at the moment.
Okay.
So you're going to be taking more damage every
Oh,
turn
my
until you
clothes
can make
are
a
holes
save.
in them.
That was really channeling the pain of having acid on you.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
good.
all covered in acid.
Oh dear,
And you've
my
got
whole-
-5 to your speed currently because it's
Minus
sticky.
5 to speed.
You're covered in sticky acid. That's pretty nasty. That's its whole turn, though. That's all it can do. So it is now 10 feet away from the boat. It's now basically almost completely over the boat, beating its wings. The lamp's in range of my wing beating motions at the moment. So, Lamp's going to get in on this
I
fight.
saw you've shuffled your chair closer to
Yeah,
it. Don't think
I
I didn't realise.
I love Lamp. Bubba, Von, Hoops.
So is there anything we can do for this acid
for the
damage right
acid,
now?
First thing I need you to do is make a flat save. So that is you're going to roll a d20. Don't add anything to it. You just
Okay.
want to get a 15 or higher on this d20.
Okay, here we go. No.
No. So you take some more acid damage.
Cool.
It's not cool.
So
No,
take
I know
another-
it's not.
Take another 5 points of acid.
I'm laughing.
5?
Yep. 5. D6 around. D6 per turn.
It is worth noting that we did all start with Pathfinder 2. It does seem to have given us a bit more hit points as well to flesh out,
Yeah.
which
It
we
gives
all
them to take them away.
we all went. Oh, we get more hit points, and all of us immediately went, yeah, but I mean, really, it's not going to make any difference.
It's the equivalent.
It's fine, a
of
fucking dragon, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so right, so you take that damage. Now, if you want, I think it's fair to say you can take if you could take 2. It's going to take you 3 actions. I think it's a full round. You can spend your whole turn basically just scraping the acid off you.
Okay.
And they'll let that say you've finished your acid. I'm not sure if that's technically in the rules, but that sounds fair for this case. So you can do that if you like, or you can try and roll your 15 next turn, and it'll just end on its own, and you can still act.
So it'll end on its own.
It'll end
turn.
every turn you roll a d20. If you get a 15 or higher, it immediately ends, and you just suffer no more penalties from it.
Right, I see.
Otherwise,
okay.
you take the damage, and you have to try again next turn. But you could still keep acting while that's happening, so you still get your 3 actions.
Yeah, sure. I think I'll scrape.
Okay, so Bubba hits the ground and just scrapes the acid.
Oh, look what it's doing to his feathers. Oh, it's-
blimey, he's kind of furry feathers, but I know what you're saying.
God, I've never seen acid on feathers before.
Fulton.
I'm going to use Intimidating Prowess.
Nice. You're going to try to intimidate the...
Whilst dripping with its own mucus.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be well intimidating.
I gain a plus 1 bonus to my intimidation check, and you ignore the penalty for not sharing a language. So I can basically just go,
Amazing.
I like that the guys wrote that rule because you could just intimidate in your own language and it would sound intimidating, but not for Ross. Ross just wants to talk gobbledygook.
Not even shouting in Dwarvish.
Alrighty, here we go.
Okay, so you are attempting to demoralize him, so it's against its will DC. Okay, that is it's doable actually. You got a pretty good chance doing it.
It's pretty intimidating so far.
Yeah, right.
21.
21. It is intimidating.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I've got. This is not great radio, but I have some condition cards here. I was hoping one of you would get them first. However, it is me. So condition cards, tell us what it is. So he is frightened. So here is my card. I get the frightened card. We've got a frightened Drake on our hands. So he's frightened 1. So he takes a penalty to equal to his frightened value to all checks and DCs. So he's getting a -1 to all of his rolls.
Oh yeah.
Until he loses that. So that lasts for 1 round.
And then with my
Don't forget you got a +1.
and then with my second action, I don't have to wipe all the stuff off, do I?
No, you're not covered in acid, so you're
Okay,
all
cool.
right. You just got winged by it.
I'm going to. There's no like weapons on the top of the boat. Vision.
No, it's an ore boat, so it is unarmed.
I'm gonna. How far away? 10 feet. You said.
He's 10 feet away, but he's also 20 feet up.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna hide behind a barrel.
Okay.
I was gonna throw my hatchet here, but it's only 10 foot, so it would just go short.
Oh no!
'Cause it's not 20 foot.
Fulton heroically runs and hides behind a barrel.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here.
Caragor.
Caragor goes, ever since you landed on this boat, you've been spitting acid at my friends some more, flapping with them wings I've never seen before. I'm gonna shoot you with my longbow, 'cause I see you. And he shoots him with his longbow.
That was 2 action points.
Take that shot, Caragor One Fang.
So pleased we're fighting Drake. So
I'm so pleased someone on this show knows some Drake songs so we can make the jokes.
yeah, I'm gonna do that. I might attack him twice. How do you feel about that?
I think that's fine. Yeah, go ahead and make your first attack. Your second attack you're going to take a penalty on, but you're...
Yeah, I might do it 3 times and try and hope for that natty 20. Okay, here's the first one. What's it? And I'll get you... sorry, because of Monster Hunter, it's a +1 to hit anyway, right?
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I was just trying to look up before it got to my go.
Okay.
I was trying to speedily do that. Should we do that?
You get a +1 to your to your hunted target. Is it?
You and your allies, you tell gain a +1 circumstance bonus to
I
your next
believe that's
attack.
only if you crit on your
Monster Hunter.
check.
If you swiftly assess your prey and apply what you know as part of the action, use a hunt or prey. You can attempt to check to recall knowledge about your prey. When you critically succeed, yes, identifying your hunt or prey. It wasn't a critical success, was it?
Nope.
Okay, fine. Never mind then. It's just this roll. Here we go. Twang. It's not bad. It's 24.
24 hits.
Yay! It's also my first attack this round, so I also get another D8 to it.
Nope. First attack. I believe his first attack full
per round.
Is it per round?
New system. Maybe this will get cut.
Let's have some exciting.
Colin's not looking at the
chase music.
notebook. I think you're on your own on this. I think we've got to fill.
You have
Yeah,
trains
man.
in. First time you hit your own prey in a round.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it just says in a round.
Cool.
So I get that every time I hit the first time in a round.
That's right.
Cool. Twang. 7. Twang. 2. So that's 9 points of damage total.
Nice.
I'm gonna.
That's very nice.
I'm gonna.
Very nice.
I'm gonna shoot him again.
So 9 points. Yep.
9 points of piercing damage. I'm gonna shoot him again, and I'll take a -5 to this, right? Because it's the second attack.
-5. Yes.
Cool.
Unless it's an agile weapon.
Yeah, and a longbow is not very agile.
Oh dear.
My cutlass is. So if I take the 5 away from the first, so it's a +3 to this attack. Of that. Is an 18 a hit?
18 miss.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna shoot one more.
Go on, try for that natty 20.
Go on.
No.
Okay. Caragor fires a volley of arrows at the creature and hits hits very solidly with one of them. Caragor's doing the bulk of the damage here, but it is still going. It's still alive. Shania Rain, I need you to make a flat check for me. So it's a DC 15. Roll D20.
All right, no problem.
Shania just
Coming
was
up.
looking for a house.
Natural one.
Natural one. No
Mm-hmm.
such thing as a critical failure on a flat check but you do take 3 points of acid damage.
Ow.
What would you like to do with your turn?
Well, seeing as my crossbow is ready to fire, I'm going to fire the crossbow. That should be one action.
So you'll need 2 actions to load it because you didn't
But
load
I
it
loaded it last time.
Yeah, you
That
only
was-
had one action left. You cast guidance, which was one
I
action.
cast guidance
you
and I had
drew
2.
You drew the crossbow, which was one action, and then you need 2 actions to load the crossbow.
Jesus Christ.
Heavy crossbow, man.
Bloody hell.
You know when you're at a fun fair and
Honestly.
you're playing one of those sideshow games and it's all rigged? That's basically Dan Thompson. Oh, no, you don't win that. Oh, no, that's not what that means.
I need some more tickets.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got a shiny book.
Fine.
Load.
He's got a
So
shiny
what?
book.
So
you
I
can
need
load the crossbow.
one
and
more
then-
action to finish loading it.
We'll say you can't normally split actions for the sake of this one because of your sad face and your colourful ears.
John was
Fine.
wearing some
Let's
extremely
cross it.
colourful
So
ears.
one more action,
Yeah.
load the crossbow,
Okay.
one action to fire it, and then you got one action left.
Okay, fine.
And guys, remember that you get a sad face reroll, okay? Once per game.
Yeah,
Okay?
right.
Just use your sad face reroll.
Jason Borman's late stage introduction to this system.
That's in the errata. Stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. Well, so I shoot.
Okay, make your attack
let's
roll.
do An attack. 10.
10. Nah, that is
So
no.
that was pointless.
Oh God!
God.
Shania spends just ages cranking back this crossbow.
Right, guys.
then
I'm going to
picks it
shoot
up
it
and
right
just-
to the face. Here we go. Crank, 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 crank. Here we go for down. Shit.
Because like a proper heavy crossbow, you have to brace and like put on the ground and like crank it. I like the idea you just pick it up and it just goes off while you're picking it up.
Sorry, I pinged that one off the side. So
You've got one action left.
I've got one action left.
Reload your crossbow.
Can I take out a bottle of lightning?
You can take out a bottle of lightning.
But that's all I can do.
Taking it out, retrieving an item from one of your bags is an action. So you'll have it in your hand.
I will have it in my hand.
This new action economy is favouring Shania Rain right now. So you have a bottle. Shania covered in acid, firing crossbow bolts and holding a bottle of lightning. Velda Kemblay.
Now, with the system, I can cast the same spell again, can I not?
Same spell again. Are
Yes.
you talking about you're going
Because you've got spell slots.
Your spell slots.
But then there's a spell used for that.
for a wizard, you prepare your spells in advance. So you're not a spontaneous caster. So you have to declare which spells go in which slots at the start of the day. Same as always.
I
Same as
see.
it ever was.
Have you done that?
Same as it ever was. I have, but that means that it would have been done once. Yes,
Unless you use the Drain Familiar ability to recall a spell that you have already used.
Well, this is true. And I might.
What is that? Would you kill your familiar just to get one spell?
Okay, so I'm trying to think of other ways to rather than drain. Because
that is
effectively,
rules as written. That's what it says.
When I said when I said that Jin turns into sort of Pikachu, this is what I meant. So I put some of my magical power into him at the beginning of the day, and then at some point I can draw that energy. Not drain. That makes you sound like a Skeksis. I can draw that energy, and then recast a spell. So I'm going to do that.
That's nothing like Pikachu. Pikachu's this little ball of light that goes and attacks people with electricity, not gets drained by ash every time he needs a hit. Shut up.
Have you never
Made it
seen?
sound so
have you never
cute,
seen
it's actually awful.
Pokemon Late. That's exactly what it does.
Pokemon
All right. So
Anyway, having trampled upon many people's childhoods there, I'd like to do that,
the
please.
sky darkens. We see Jin's terrified face. Velda
doesn't.
reaches
Go take
for
it,
him.
boy.
No, it's a little sort of tickle under the chin. That's what it is. And
Colin, can we find the most horrible sound effect possible?
Yeah, I'm going to record the foxes outside my.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. The sound of actual foxes will do it.
Yeah.
anyway, suckers, I'm
so
going to do
for
that.
one action, you drain Jin.
I do not drain gin. I draw forth some magical energy, and then I'm going to. Jesus Christ!
Drained Colin.
It's the Rage Against the Machine, man. I'm like,
he's literally a husk
throwing
of a man.
bows over it.
And I'm going to cast Gust of Wind again.
Cast Gust
so
of Wind
you've got
again.
to make a fortitude.
I love the way you said
save.
that. Gust of wind. Again.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the air, don't forget the -1.
He's got he does have a -1 on this one because he is afraid. That takes down to 10. That gives him a 29.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What was it, DC 19?
20.
DC 20. So he succeeds, but he does not critically succeed. So I
Wow.
believe that means he now cannot move further. He cannot fly towards you any
Yes,
further.
which is useless because he's 10 feet away. But
10 feet away
never
from
mind.
you. But he has
Never mind.
So Velda, in keeping with his style, draws energy out of somebody else and casts a spell that only protects him.
So loads of shiny new toys and the same exact players. So you know.
Well, it's just I'm trying to. It would be really effective if I got a critical success. That'd be very good. In that case, I'm then going to.
I believe that's 2 actions to cast that spell, isn't it?
It is, yes, because
Yes,
of course
so
yes,
that's your,
drawing forth the.
This is reminding me of when we played Plaguestone, and at the end of, and it just seemed brutal, and it was just seemed so hard. And at the end of it, I was like, "Are you guys all right?" That was. It just felt really tough, and we thought it was a really hard adventure. And then we listened back to it and realised that I don't think any of you rolled over an 11 for the entire adventure. It was just one of those really horrible days. That was cursed. So hopefully this is not how it's going to go. However, it's the dragons go next. So I can call him a Drake now. He is Drake. Drake looks around at the situation. He picks out his targets. Who can he go for? Well, not Velda. He's going to use his move action to drop out of the gust of wind that is forcing him back and land next to Fulton Battlestone.
Whoa.
Even though I'm behind a barrel.
You're behind a barrel, so you've got cover against
good.
him.
I mean, surely I have full cover. Depends how big the barrel is.
If you're in the barrel, maybe you have full cover. Get in the barrel, Ross.
Fulton just gets in the barrel.
Just see it go.
The dwarves in a barrel, man. We've done that, and it didn't go down well, did it? So
and I would say that would truly make him a full ton. Because of a ton barrel.
I get it.
Come on. That was good. That was a barrel pun. I mean, how many barrel puns are there, really?
Just that one. That was it.
Just that's it.
That's why there isn't
barrel
any.
pun.
That was, I mean, it wasn't as bad as. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to do it.
Go on.
No,
just trying to think of other.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Yeah.
It is going to try and find out just how tough a fighter dwarf in 2nd edition is as it activates Draconic Frenzy. The Drake makes 1 fang strike and 2 tail strikes in any order at full attack bonus.
Do it.
I did actually warn you about this exact thing happening. I can see how it wasn't very useful, but I did warn you.
I'm behind a barrel. I thought that would help.
Oh, you'll be all right. I bet you keg hardly believe it. Grim Optimism nailed it. Still Caragor.
What's your AC?
23 with my buckler.
23 with your buckler. That's good. That's not a crit. Oh, well, actually, and with your cover as well, you get another 2 on top of that.
So 25.
25. It gets a. It does not critically hit you, but it does hit you. It bites you. First of all, dealing. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's all going a bit Plaguestone. 13. Dealing 16 points of damage. And then it lashes you with its tail. 19 on the die. That is going to be a. So 30. Yeah, that hits you. Oh, gosh.
How many 19s have you rolled today, Dan?
Most of them.
Yeah.
I love these dice. Like, I picked these dice up in Bad Moon Cafe when I went and got our Goblins Adventure. It was free RPG day. I thought, I should buy something as well in here. And last thought, I put these dice on. And these dice have brutalized you and made your life sad ever since that day.
Ridiculous.
So Bad Moon Cafe, for all of your player killing needs. You take Take 8 points of damage from the tail whip, and then final tail whip.
Tail whip.
Tail whip.
It's a 2. It misses you. The other one hits the the barrel, and you duck behind it. Fulton, are you still on your feet?
Yeah, I'm on 35.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
So it unleashes its best flurry of attacks at you, but does nothing. Bubba Von Hoops, it is your go.
All right.
You are no longer covered in acid.
Oh, thank goodness for that. That wasn't very nice, was it? Oh, my goodness. Right, so then Bubba, he's going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Ooh.
All right. So, as you may remember in the last episode, Bubba kind of renounced gods and just sort of says, he doesn't trust anything that he can't see or whatever. Bubba does actually have a deity though, and he, much like MZ did, he grew up knowing Yomadai, but he didn't really deal with it. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I worship one.
However, the god that he does worship is Kalian, who is the accidental god. So I think that's why Bubba kind of chose him, because he didn't really want to be a god. He just got drunk. He kind of won a drinking game and then became a god because of it. So Bubba believes in Kalian. So and I believe that god's preferred weapon is a rapier. Am I right, Dan?
It is a rapier, yes. A ghostly rapier appears. 2 actions, up to 120 feet. It lasts up to a minute. So
amazing.
It's a sustained spell, so you can spend an action every round to keep the rapier going, basically.
Cool. And it's 1d8 plus my spell casting ability modifier.
Okay.
Of damage, apparently.
Nice. Does it have to roll to hit?
Just have a look for me. That'd be great.
It makes a strike against it. Melee spell attacks. Yep. So it's a melee spell attack.
A melee spell. All right.
So you're going to make a use your spell attack bonus. You can critically hit with this.
All right.
Uh-oh.
It's 11.
An 11, that ain't gonna hit. You summon a spiritual drunken rapier, and it flails away ineffectively at the thing. You got one action left.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and hide behind a barrel. Fuck this! Runs behind a barrel.
Hiding behind barrels.
How many barrels are on the deck? Am I pushing like Fulton out?
No, this is my spot. Get out of it.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Fulton Battlestone, it is your go.
So, DM question: Can I frighten it again? Intimidate prowess again? And does it move it to the next slot?
If it was only intimidated and frightened for one round, that round would expire now with you. So if you did it again, you'd only be able to maintain the same amount of frightened.
I see. Good.
However, if you critically succeed, or if it critically fails, then or you critically succeed rather, it will go to frightened 2.
It's landed on the boat though, right?
It's landed on the boat. Yeah.
Okay,
At the moment, the barrel is in between you and it, so it has cover against you. You could move around the barrel. You could use a step action to step around the barrel so that it doesn't have cover anymore, but that will use one of your actions. Or you can keep fighting it over the cover, and both of you will have cover against each other.
No, I'll move to out the barrel.
Alrighty.
And then I will swing at it with my great axe.
Don't forget your +1.
Yeah.
So
21.
It is going to make a 21 would hit.
It's going to make attack of what?
Right, so it has an ability called Tail Lash. So because you've made an attack near it, it's going to try and swipe you with its tail. If it hits, it doesn't do any damage, but you will take a -2 on your roll.
Ooh.
Watch out, Fulton. Thing is, when you go near it, it's going to use its tail.
So there's going to be a hit, so you take a -2. What does that reduce it to?
So it was, did I say 21?
21.
So, yeah.
19?
19.
Still hits.
Yay!
Just roll some damage.
Oh, poo sticks. 6 points of damage.
How many actions is Poo Sticks? 6 points of damage. You hit the Drake, but not enough. Not enough to kill it. It's still standing.
I'm gonna make another attack.
All right.
And then because my, oh no, I'm not using this. Don't worry. The great axe isn't agile.
Are you draining the familiar as well? Is it?
Yeah.
Look, this is becoming a thing, right?
Don't worry, it's a natural one.
Oh, it's a natty one for Ross. Back in the game.
Fulton Battlestone back in there. You'll be happy to know, or sad to know, listeners, there are no fumble cards in 2nd edition just yet. They are coming out later this year, and I already have them pre-ordered. Don't
I have
worry.
escaped the DMs.
But that is just a miss. So that is Fulton's go, and we go into round 3. The creature is still standing. Caragor One Fang, what are you going to do about that?
Oh, I have a DM question.
Yes.
Do we have the stats for Tanglefoot arrows, of which I have quite a lot?
So, Tanglefoot arrow, go ahead and make an attack roll. We're using, we'll say, lesser Tanglefoot bag. Yes.
I've been rolling pretty well so far, so yeah, that was there's a total of 10 to
10
hit.
is a miss. Your Tanglefoot arrow goes whistling off.
I'm going to fire one again.
All right, go for it.
Because I got loads, because I died, so that's why I've got so many.
Breakfast of arrows.
Yeah, breakfast of arrows. Oh, that was still 10.
Still 10. You fire one exactly following the other one. Like,
I'm going to shoot another one. No, wait. Is it looking at me?
I mean, it's pretty busy with Fulton.
Oh, I can't intimidate and glare it. No, fuck it. I'm going to try intimidate and glare.
You attempt to intimidate. You start yelling at it. Do you have...
It's intimidate and glare.
Intimidating
So
glare.
it's only a visual thing.
So it needs to be able to see you, but
Yeah.
if you can get its attention, if you can make it look at you...
Do you reckon firing 2 Tanglefoot arrows?
I mean, you've been
counts as
firing
it?
arrows near it. You can go ahead and yell. Yeah, I'm going to let you roll on that.
Okay, cool.
Right, wait, should we go?
Yeah, so you can. It's focusing on Fulton, but it can. You can attempt to intimidate it. So go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Cool. I eyebrow dance and it morphs menacingly. 16.
16. It is not intimidated by your eyebrows.
God.
Probably because it's just what you were like. Look over here. Fired 2 arrows nowhere near it, and then gave it the eye.
That had 2 good rounds. That's fair.
Yeah.
Shania Rain, please give me a flat DC 15 flat check.
Okay. Whoop. 4.
4. You take another 5 points of acid damage.
Shania loves
Do
acid.
something about this.
Acid.
What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to open the bottle of whoop-ass, as in the lightning.
You throw
Obviously.
the bottled lightning.
Is that what you do? You throw it, or you just take it off and it
You can take the
pings
cork
out,
off
or
and
what? Or I could throw it, or
Wait, so
whatever.
I think you just open the cork in the direction you want it to go. If you
That's
throw
what
it,
that's what I
I
thought.
think you throw it, it becomes a bomb.
Right, okay, yeah. So
Dunno.
I open it, and the lightning shoots out.
I'd love if you just if you're just like, I've made bottled lightning, and then you drink it because then I can
double
shoot
hard.
lightning. Yeah.
Bolt of lightning just hits you. All right. So first thing you have to do is roll to hit. So you're going to use the same bonuses that you. I think you use the same bonuses that you do with your crossbow. I'll go with that for the moment.
Really, the crossbow? Okay,
'cause it's a
I've got
range-
a thing called spell attack.
It's a ranged weapon. It's not a spell.
Oh, it's not a spell,
a,
is it? All right.
You're throwing a physical thing. You do actually throw the bottle of lightning.
Oh, you throw the bottle of lightning?
do.
Okay.
Ah.
The splash damage.
And I'm using the same as my crossbow, right?
That's right.
Okay. Well, that would be a 21. Yes,
21 is a hit.
Yes.
Well, thank goodness for that.
So it deals 1d6 electricity damage to the creature.
Here we go. And that'll be 6.
6 points of electricity damage.
Yay.
Plus,
The +1.
What?
plus Fulton takes 1 point of electricity damage because he's standing
because
next
it's
to it.
splashback stuff, yeah. Sorry about this, Fulton. I'm very frustrated.
So that was one action.
That was
two
one
actions
action.
left.
With the other 2 actions, I guess I'll call up my flaming sphere.
Here we go.
Yeah, and shoot it at the monstrosity, the Drake monstrosity in front of me. Go here, it's some fire, you acid spitting guy.
All right.
Shania was up at 4 a.m. It's fine.
Yeah.
Take this acid spitting guy.
5 HTP hasn't kicked in yet, is it?
Hell no.
Hell no.
3d6, I think.
Don't need to roll. Doesn't matter what I roll on. It gets a 1 on its reflex save. So go ahead, roll your 3d6 damage.
Okay, here we go.
Kill him with
Burn.
Ooh,
Yay,
that's
that's 15.
15 points of damage.
That's right.
And you kill the Drake.
Yeah. That's it. Burn, baby. Burn.
The flaming sphere engulfs the Drake as it stands over Fulton. It staggers sideways for a moment. Its wings go up in flames. It staggers, lets out one final shriek, and then topples over the side of the boat and splashes into the water. I assume Philippe throws a blanket or something over you and just wipes the rest of the slime off before it can do any more damage. You've killed
Thanks, Philippe.
first, second edition monster. Captain Gumbo comes running out of the back of the ship and says,
"Oh my goodness, thank you so much for saving my ship. Clearly I have invested well in this group of heroes."
Hey.
Is it always like this with you lot?
Hey.
Yes.
Well, we never fought a Drake before. We never fought a Drake either.
We fought a... What?
But, I mean, yes, we do get into scrapes with things.
We fought a dragon before, though.
I mean, can we still say that?
Dragon.
I feel like...
Don't you remember?
The dragon, right?
No, the carnival. We killed the dragon.
Wasn't a dragon.
MZ killed
There's
it.
not...
Fulton.
Oh, MZ.
Who is MZ?
Huh?
Who is MZ?
He was my best friend.
Oh, you must have looked after him really well.
Wow, that was a little burn there from the little
No, I
green man.
don't understand.
No, he didn't.
He's dead.
Oh.
Wow, I think I know what you're doing there.
I
You-
apologize for bringing that up. That must have been a very tough thing for you.
It's okay.
That was
People
intentional.
die.
I'm sure it wasn't your fault.
Thanks, little man.
Was it his fault?
No.
We haven't really assigned blame for that yet.
I mean, I don't think we ever need to go there.
I don't want to make another mistake, is all.
No, I just don't mention it, Gumbo. Don't mention it.
Okay. What is wrong with your fox?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with my fox.
I saw you do this. It really looked like you were taking the life force out of him.
No,
What's going on with you, man?
Why are his eyes all sunken?
No, shut up.
feel like you've
this
got
is
some-
not a thing. This is not becoming a thing. I'm not being some sort of skexist that drains the life. I just went from character to James being like, this is... Yeah, right. Because it's going to know this sort of zombie fox that's flying around. That is not a thing. It's part of my magic power that I put into Jin at the beginning of the day. So Jin loses nothing. It's not his life force.
How much do you know? How much can do you control how much you take of your juice that you've put in?
Well, that's
in
all
him?
I take.
It does. He does look very tired.
Looks well tired.
Well,
then
he's
he
tired
looks
because
like,
he looks tired because we were bloody asleep.
He looks
And this-
bollocks.
This Drake arrived.
Okay, that's all right.
Can we go to bed now?
It's not a draining thing. He just puts his juice into his fox. That is all that is happening here. It's not a weird thing. I apologize. I too draw my power from Jin. He goes and makes gin and tonics.
And with that, the boat begins to sail on through the Bloodsworn Vale towards the city of Skelt, and that is where we leave it for tonight. Join us next week for more second edition.
Tweet us, Drake. Big up, Drake.
turn the O2 to good.
Hey there, second edition Dangerlings. I want to say thank you to a few people at the end of this show. Check out the No More Damsels project if you're interested in diversity in gaming. There are some really, really interesting things happening there. Also got a few shout outs for people who have left us lovely reviews lately. Thank you, Kevin O. Possibly Kevin Owens, the WWE superstar. Probably not. And also thank you, there are not enough vowels in that name, but nonetheless, thank you very much. As you probably know, iTunes reviews help this show grow immensely. So if you have time, please just scroll down, find that button, hit 5 stars, give us a little review, and help other people to find this show. And please just keep telling people about our show, help growing it, because things have really picked up in the last few months. Stuff is happening around here, and you are all a part of that. Jump on our Discord, chat to other Dangerlings, have a great time. We've got a good episode for you next week. See you then. Bye.
Hi, I'm Jen.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Henno. We're 3 friends that talk about mental health, wellness, and our lives.
Through articles and tips, we share what has worked for us on our paths overcoming depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, alcoholism, and addiction.
Come join us on our journey. You can find us anywhere you listen to your podcast. Just search for The Crazy Life. Remember, wiggle your toes and just keep breathing.